Hey, it's Mixon, and welcome to Season 4 of the JFS. I am here. I am still at home with very limited internet. Long story short, we moved the router location in our house, and I moved my computer setup. So instead of being in my room using a very bad USB Wi-Fi adapter, I'm actually in the living room and was able to plug my computer directly up using an Ethernet cord to the router. So I'm getting a much better signal now, so I can kind of play. Still very lagged out. Playing at night is rough. Playing if it's remotely cloudy is rough. Pretty much only on clear days am I able to really connect. And you might see in videos, you might see in other people's videos how laggy I can be at times. But I figure, hey, the frame rate's good. Oh, you can hear Weather's pet back there. Frame rate's good. Give you a little tour. Show you what I got going on. I'd like to do a series, but it just depends how valuable that actually is. So I decided to do I did underground last map for my main base, and I decided to do the same again, but do it in a drastically different style, something kind of akin to this update, but could still be its own thing independently of it. And that is kind of a Grotto there we go, a Grotto cave. Let's get some armor on. Cave type builds. You know, standing on that boat, I get insanely hungry. I was just fully health. That's so weird. I'll have to test that out. But anyways, here it is. Got a couple of spires. I think the plan is down the road, once we have more paths and things, to terraform maybe this coastline on this side at least, if not the other side as well, which would look very nice. Nothing this drastic, but similar to this. Maybe one's about this size and a few other smaller ones. I do have another one. This is the tip of it. It's underwater here. I think it looks good, especially if you're diving around. It would be cool to kind of spread out a little more, but I don't want to obstruct people swimming and boating too much. So this kind of flows into here. You can swim directly into here or with a boat. Very nice. And here is the mouth of it. This I did day one. Of course, it's been a little more terraformed and things since then. Added some mossy here or there, courtesy of Nixer. We don't have currently vines, so I can't craft these, but he found a dungeon, so he was nice enough to give me some. Crafted some of this. Got a drippy ceiling, Lemon's idea. Gonna do a lot more of those. You'll see throughout the main base I haven't done the ceilings yet, really, at all. I do plan on doing some more drips periodically. That just looks good. It adds to the ambiance. I want some vines too, and that'll add a lot to the ambiance. Some more mossy, especially here towards the mouth. So, a little waterfall, a little furnace setup, nothing major. I do have hidden crafting tables periodically. I just finished terraforming like the paths and stuff, and you'll see them in a second. But I want a lot more hidden things like this. Like over here, you know, if you're just walking down, you don't even really pay attention to this on the right. But it's actually an auto smelting setup. Chest up here, and then that's the input. With the kelp blocks, since they do 20 a block, I don't really need a fuel input. I just keep an eye on that, and it does plenty. I can do... I need to do the math and see, like, I can almost do a whole chest on the stack, I think. Or like 2/3 of a whole chest. And this is the output down here. I was smelting some kelp. Oh, you'll see mushrooms around, and that's because, mainly for decoration, but the whole thing is pretty much just a giant mushroom farm. I have a bunch of hidden lighting. If you notice, no torches in the main areas. And it's dimly lit enough where, yeah, see, they will spread actually pretty rapidly, but it's not enough for mobs to spawn, which is nice if you know it's all at least 8 or above. So I'm in that sweet spot between mushroom spawning and mobs. So I figure instead of making a mushroom farm, I'll just let my base be my mushroom farm. So I guess I can talk about the elephant here, and that's my little aquarium, my not so little aquarium. It's a good size. It's pretty full of tropical fish. Got a few cod and a salmon. I love it. We got some bubble columns in there with soul sand, And, oh, when they swim in. Oh, it's so good. Of course, now they're not doing it now that I'm looking. But, oh yeah, they'll kind of flop around. Got, my cow, Plimberton. He's in there since day one. I was milking him, that's why the glass is missing. And if we go down here, more of the path. See the bottom, see the school of cod here. And also, if you look over here, see a little skelly horse, which they don't drown. And kind of too laggy for me to ride them right now. So until I move out a few months from now, he's just going to be chilling in my aquarium. And I think it's quite comical. Adds another little layer. I would love a squid, dolphin, you know, sea turtle even. Well, I don't know. I need land for him, so probably not sea turtle. But this is what it is right now. It'll come along greatly. And this path just wraps around. I've got a few areas I can branch off of in the future if I want to, but this is what it is for now. And this area goes down on either side to a main chest area. A little bit of everything. It's a medium-sized setup. It's a good beginning of the game setup. Of course, it probably will fill up eventually. Like, I only have one chest for each of the stone variants. Only 2 chests for gravel, dirt. 1 for sand, which is kind of a precious commodity right now. People don't want to... Oh, got drowned. Okay, yeah, here's probably a good test of lag. Let's see. There you go. That's about right. Sometimes it's a lot worse. Sometimes it's not. So, surprisingly enough, besides drowning once, when I had a really bad disconnecting spell, I've only died that one time. I've never died to a mob. I've killed probably about a dozen, maybe a little more, of phantoms, intentionally so, to get their membranes. And, which I've got, what, like 7 now, I think, is what it was. Which is surprisingly doable. So, luckily I've got all diamond armor, and that really helps. It's pretty good stuff, so. But, excuse me, sorry. So this is my main tree growing area. Nothing special here. Of course, I do fully intend on opening up a log shop again whenever we get the rest of the saplings in here. I've done a little bit of cutting, nothing major. I've got a little bit here or there. Yeah, not as much of the stripped. Just a little bit. Nothing major. I would like to get at least a single chest's worth of each of the logs before I open up the log shop. Last season I opened it up like the second day I was on, and I had very little inventory. So that's a mistake. I don't plan on making it again. We are much earlier on in the map, so I don't plan on people clearing me out this time as easily. But I don't want to have a big boom and then people, you know, I can't keep up with demand. Especially, like I said in the intro, I don't know how much I'll be able to play. I'm kind of playing as much as I can right now, and then I'll cool it off. Probably, you know, only a few hours here or there in the near future. Automatic reed farm, or sugarcane farm. Nothing crazy. Instead of using observers all throughout and having them pulse anytime one reaches, that seemed a little excessive, a little quartz expensive. I don't really want to go to the nether because that's kind of tempting fate. So even though I have probably a stack or 2 of quartz, I just decided with the 1 observer. And it's productive enough. I mean, I get decent yields. I only built this probably 12 to 15 hours ago, and I already got a few stacks. I don't really need a whole lot of sugarcane right now. Maybe villager trades. Need it for rockets down the road, but we're talking way down the road. I'm expecting those chests will fill up before I even need any for rockets. Maybe the occasional book here or there, but nothing major. Then I have my little melon pumpkin farm. Lemons was razzing me about the pattern of this, and it is bizarre, especially because they will grow. There's more plants than there is actual spaces for them to grow with this pattern, and that's intentional. The alternating between melon and pumpkin is intentional. Ilmengo, about a year ago, did a bunch of videos about this, and this is the optimum growth rate of pumpkins. Actually, we'll just harvest them. For pumpkins and melons, and it does have a crazy yield. If I keep harvesting them like this, they'll start growing back, and I bet if I had a farm, probably another 2 squares of this 5x5, I could probably harvest them as fast as they grow, maybe double the size, which is crazy to me. So actually the next thing on my agenda is a little automation setup. It's gonna be quite intense on the iron. See, look at that. Quite intense on the iron. Unfortunately, I've got like 3 stacks, I think. So I think I should be able to keep up. But if you notice, this area down here isn't really terraformed at all because it's not really finalized. This will probably stay for forever, really. So I could probably terraform this a little more. I kind of did the back wall a little bit, but this I wasn't sure what I was doing with it, but now I think I'm going to half this, just take probably the back half, do a little automation, and get that going. So we'll probably see that next episode. Kind of doing all this in one take. Kind of want to keep the episodes shorter. I don't know how easy it will be for me to upload. Another thing, perfect example right here of me lagging out. The height difference and me breaking all these blocks and then walking through where they were. Computer's not crazy about it, so I constantly rubber band and lag out. It's quite comical for other people. So, and then I've got this little area down here. This is just for 2x2 trees, spruce, namely. I don't know the growth requirements of jungle off the top of my head, so I may have to extend this actually a little more. I'm hoping that this ring right here is big enough, and I just need to go taller because I've got all the paths and stuff. I don't really want to have to undo any of that, but if I have to, I have to. I don't like growing it up top, especially with the podzol. Nice idea, nice addition, but it sucks, man. Like it's a form of griefing almost, you know. I wish I tested it out. I've got a lot of quartz dirt up here, coarse dirt up here to give it some variation, and it still podzol still spreads on coarse dirt. I wish it just spread on grass blocks. That seems like the logical thing to do. I wish if you intentionally place down dirt or coarse dirt even, it wouldn't spread on it. It just makes sense to me, and that way you have a way to control it without it spreading, because I really hate that texture in this base. It really just does not fit at all, and it's not a great texture, to be honest with you. So what else? Like I said, I haven't done the ceilings yet. I will do. I'd plan on having some kind of like how this is right here, just some supports, almost some natural forming supports, maybe like some stalactites and stalagmites here or there. I don't remember where it is exactly. Next to the diorite chicken. That's Amir's and Ace's Skelly farm. Thank God it exists, or else I wouldn't have nearly the amount of logs. Yeah, I guess that about does it. That's all the main stuff. Just a brief little tour. This is not finalized either, that's why I haven't terraformed it. I don't know if I'm going to do a window or make this an exit. I really like having an exit I can just swim out of like this. It's a lot more convenient than going all the way up top. I didn't, that's funny. I didn't, what was I saying? I already forgot. I did make a little elevator here so I could just bloop, pop me up at the top here. I plan on sneaking those in here or there, wherever they're convenient. Probably 1 or 2 over there somewhere. Don't know yet. Don't know. But, yeah. that's the main things. I got a trident. That's pretty cool. Just have loyalty on it right now. And mending, which is awesome. Got one of the very few dark oak planks from Charleston. Yeah, I guess that's it for now. By the next time you see me, I'll probably be working on or have finished this melon farm here. That's my next immediate agenda. Do some more tree farming. Maybe some more crops down here. I'd like to have crops for all of the crops, the wheats and the pumpkins, or I've got pumpkins, the potatoes and the carrots. And I don't know where I want to put that right now. Maybe actually under here would be a good location. And of course, this farm won't be taking up as much real estate once I automate it. Yeah, just in like the 3 minutes it's been since I've harvested this. This is what it is right here. Crazy, right? Crazy. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Kind of basic. No fancy intro, no nothing. Just one solid take of me yammering. I hope you enjoyed. And, in the words of Special Brew, I almost intentionally called him Special Bree. We were talking about that earlier. In the words of Special Brah, you will see me in the next episode. Bye-bye.